Well, good morning. Here you are. It's Thursday, November the 9th. Here's what we're working on this hour. All bus service in Hamilton has come to a halt with workers on strike.
All lanes of Hamilton's Claremont access are going to be opening a little later today after being closed for months.
Lights, camera, action. The SAG-AFTRA deal, or strike I should say, is over. They have a deal after 118 days. Come on in here for some Thursday fun. There is Brian Wood.
Morning.
Ooh, what a day it was yesterday, huh?
Oh, freezing rain. Did you have accretion?
I did. Yep, I didn't have the rain. I had the ice pellets.
Yeah, we had the ice pellets too.
Yep. Yeah, ice pellets, freezing rain. Yeah, it got it fairly slippery. So yeah, winter driving conditions are back. You got to be really careful. And thunderstorms rumbled through late last night as well.
Okay, so I've heard people talking. I didn't hear it myself. Yeah,
Simone said that when she came in this morning.
Yes, yeah, but I've got it on our radar shots from the past 6 hours, and it was like, what? I didn't hear a thing.
You're sound sleepers.
I was gone. I was out like a light. But yeah, it was a chilly high of only 1 yesterday. And actually, we're a lot warmer now than we were yesterday during the afternoon. Of course, as we mentioned, we had that freezing rain. Today, we do have some showers in the forecast this morning. Then we're going to see some clearing. But the temperature today, double digits. We're going to hit 10 degrees today. We're at 4 right now, so it's a better start to the morning here. And we're looking at the wind picking up. It will be a touch cooler, but again, a bit more sunshine for tomorrow as well. We'll talk about that coming up. 2 minutes after 6 o'clock to traffic. Here's the 403 in Waterdown Road. Not seeing any problems here on the 403. Doing fine in the Hamilton area of the 403 in Ancaster, where we do have a situation. Go to this NTO traffic camera. We are getting word that we have a problem, a vehicle into the ditch on the Red Hill Valley Parkway northbound, coming down the escarpment to the QEW, and this could possibly be, I'm trying to figure out the angle that they have here, but as you can see, it's a visual distraction. Everybody's got to squeeze around this particular problem, trying to get onto the QEW. The camera is here at Centennial Parkway. Otherwise, the Skyway Bridge, just some wet roads here this morning, and no problems with volume, at least here east of Appleby Line. We'll look at weather and traffic coming up. Right now, let's check the news.
Well, that volume might increase because might be some more cars because there's no city buses. HSR workers are on strike as of this morning. We've been talking about this all week, halting all bus service in Hamilton indefinitely. Simone Gavros joins us from the picket lines on the mountain with more on this complex situation. Good morning, Simone.
Hi, good morning, Tim. Yes, I'm here on the picket lines here on the mountain where transit workers are now on strike as of 12:01 this morning. Workers tell me that they've been out here since 4 a.m. Cars have been honking as they've been driving by, and workers are here with their signs and out here saying ATU on strike. And this comes after talks broke down this week, and it's going to have a significant impact on Hamiltonians. Now, the union overwhelmingly rejected the city's final offer on Sunday. Talks resumed briefly on Tuesday, but the meeting ended without a deal. Now, the union says it's demanding wages that will keep pace with inflation, while the city says the union's asks are unsustainable for taxpayers. Now, Hamilton Mayor Andrea Horvath released a statement last night saying in part, quote, "I know we can get through this quickly, kindly, and in a way that is fair to transit workers, our other unions, and Hamilton taxpayers." Now, the strike comes at a very busy time as the city prepares for Remembrance Day ceremonies this weekend and the Grey Cup Festival next week. And yesterday I spoke with students at McMaster, and they say they're concerned about how they're going to get around.
Well, I actually commute to work every time I go and back. So, it's going to be tough trying to get there. Otherwise, I got to take my car. It's like $16 a day just to park there. So, it's a lot of money if you add it up.
The Hamilton Transit is free for McMaster students, so I'd have to be spending way more on Ubers.
Bus is the only mean of transportation I use, and it will affect commuting to university as well as my workplace. Instead of that, I need to look for another transportation options. They are quite costly to me.
Now, when it comes to other ways to get around when the city buses aren't running starting today, there's taxi services, car share options, as well as e-scooters and bike share services in the city. And that details are all available on our website at chch.com. Annette, I'll send things back over to you.
Thank you, Simone. And plans are in the work to take Grey Cup ticket holders to the game on private shuttle buses if they arrive on GO Transit. A free shuttle service will take ticket holders to and from Hamilton's West Harbour GO Station and Tim Hortons Field on Sunday, November 19th. They'll be running every hour. Grey Cup volunteers will be on site to help.
To Oakville now, where police are asking for the public's help finding a missing 15-year-old. Halton police, they say Jade Bulgobin was last seen yesterday afternoon near Bronte and Wycroft Roads. So she's about to 5'3" with an average build and shoulder-length black hair. She has had a red crop top sweater and red track pants on. Police say that she may be in the St. Catharines or Thorold area, and family are concerned for her well-being.
Crews in Niagara Falls have been dealing with a stubborn house fire. It started in a home on Wilmont Drive around 5 yesterday afternoon. Niagara EMS says no patients were transported from the scene. That indicates that there probably weren't severe injuries. The fire reportedly took several hours to get under control. We don't have any word yet on the extent of damages or the cause of that fire. The new Six Nations of the Grand River elected chief has held her first news conference. Sherry Lynn Hill received more than 600 of the 1,050 total votes that were cast in the community of more than 25,000 eligible residents. 12 councillors were also elected over the weekend. Now, Hill sat on the elected band council previously. Now she's going to serve a 4-year term as chief. Among her first tasks, helping people on the reserve and getting clean water.
We don't have a detox. We don't have a residential treatment center. We don't have many psychiatrists, emergency housing. We can go down the list. And I think when we can sit here and work together and start having these types of programs in the community, then people can start healing.
Well, a Hamilton Mountain access that's been shut down for months is reopening today. The city says all lanes of the Claremont access will be open by noon. The downbound lanes were closed in March after consultants noticed that one of the escarpment barriers was failing. Work's been underway since then to deal with erosion and concerns about the slope stability. So the rock face has been scaled and secured, and the cleanup is finished. A temporary crosswalk is being installed outside a new Beamsville High School. It is for pedestrian safety. A pedestrian count was done last month outside West Lincoln Secondary School. Officials with Niagara Region say the results of that count led them to move forward with installing the temporary crosswalk. And parking will now be prohibited on the north and south sides of King Street in front of that school to deter vehicles from stopping on the shoulder to drop off students.
All right, let's check in on what happened in sports last night. To Michael Andlauer's Ottawa Senators arrived in Toronto to face the Maple Leafs, trying to get back on track after being booed on their home ice in a loss to Tampa on Saturday. One thing you know, when you play the Leafs this season, you're going to score goals. And they did that in the third.
14:41 in his debut. On Monday, a centering pass scores. Looks like it went in off Giordano.
It did go in off of the skate of Mark Giordano. Chris Cuthbert, as the Sens took over this one in the third with the game tied at 3, scoring 3 times in over just 3 minutes to run away with it as they would double up the Leafs 6-3. Troubling times for Leafs defense as they have now allowed 4+ goals in 7 straight home games, which equals a mark from the late 70s. Joseph Woll had a rough night in net, allowing those 6 goals on 27 shots. Coach Sheldon Keith rather upset after the game, and we'll hear those remarks next hour.
Barnes calls for it instead. Gilday will pick it up. Low shot out in front of chance. Open net. She scores.
Yeah, on the ice in Arizona, game 1 of the rivalry series kicked off between Canada and the USA, and it came down to the wire as it always does. Taylor Heisey, who was your top pick in the inaugural PWHL draft, scoring the winner early in the third on a beautiful, look at that no-look pass by Hillary Knight. Man, she's good at the States to put them up 2-1. Knight would add in an assist. This would be, the third goal. That was the final, 3-1 to open up the 7-game series. Reminder, Canada dropped the first 3 last year and then stormed back to win the next 4. Game 2 is Saturday from LA.
And Jones misses it. Here's Pascal. He gets bumped, 22, and he's headed to the line.
Yeah, Pascal Siakam hasn't seemed to be himself to kick off the Raptor season and under new coach Darko Rajakovic, but hopefully last night was his coming out party. He was fabulous in Dallas against Luka Doncic and the Mavs, dropping a season high 31 and 12 rebounds. Scotty Barnes had 14 points, but added 14 rebounds, all part of a 127-116 win over the previously 6-1 Mavs. So they wrap up their 4-game road trip in Boston Saturday against the Celtics.
Having a hard time with the size. 2-on-1 again. Shea right over the top of him. Takes it to the cup and scores.
One of my favorite things to do when I awake from my slumber, check the box scores and see how many points Hamilton Shea Gilgeous-Alexander put up for his OKC Thunder. He was averaging 28 points a game going into the contest last night against the Cavs. He scored 43, one off his career high of 44. His Thunder rolled over Cleveland 128-120. They moved to 5-3 on the year. And no Ticats in the East and West Final on Saturday, and there'll be no Chris Edwards for wherever he plays next season for the first 3 games. Ticats linebacker was suspended for striking Alouette opponents at the end of their loss in Montreal last Saturday. This is when things got ugly. Yeah, there was also fines handed down to a number of Ticats and Alouettes for leaving the bench during this nasty altercation. Yeah, it was an ugly end to a disappointing season for the Black and Gold.
Okay, 6:11 is the time, 9th morning of November. We've got some light drizzle, so the roads are going to be slick, and treat the wet roads like you would driving yesterday afternoon in the freezing rain. They can be really slippery, so be careful this morning. And keep in mind, as we said right off the top, the HSR strike is on. So going to be a lot busier on the roads in the Hamilton area today. Looking at the 403 on Waterdown Road, that looks good. No problems that way, Toronto bound coming towards us. To our MTO traffic cameras, a problem. Centennial Parkway, Red Hill Creek area, as you can see, we're getting word of a vehicle into the ditch. Red Hill Creek northbound to the QEW. This quite possibly it. Here as we're looking at the camera right around Centennial Parkway, Red Hill Creek, as you can see. So we have visual distraction. Everybody's got to squeeze around this. Back into St. Catharines, nothing at the 405. Advance to west of Brant Street. That looks good. Here's east of Royal Windsor, and you can see the slick roads that we have this morning because of the light drizzle we have, but no problems as far as volume is concerned, and nothing as you head through Mississauga. Looks good right there. All right, temperature that we have at the moment. A lot milder than it was yesterday morning at this time. We're sitting at 4 degrees. The winds are light. Relative humidity is right up there, 100%. And we do have some light drizzle here this morning. No problems once again today with air quality, low risk category, both morning and afternoon. For school today, yeah, 10-degree high today. So a lot better than yesterday. There's that shower activity, well, light drizzle this morning, but then we'll start to see some clearing as the day goes on. But that wind is going to pick up. It'll be west 30 to 50. Here's a look at the precipitation. The thunderstorms that we had last night, right there. That's a 6-hour loop. It goes back 6 hours ago right there, so you can see the thunderstorms that rumbled through us throughout the overnight hours. That low pressure system is going to drag a cold front across us. That's giving us the shower activity this morning. Then we're going to see some clearing later on. And with that sunshine, it's going to help us get into some better temperatures for the day today. Today, we're looking at 11 degrees for Niagara, 10 around the rest of the horseshoe, a little bit cooler away from the lake, but that shower activity will be this morning, and then we'll start to see some clearing. Tonight, temperatures stay on the mild side, above seasonal, 2, 3, and 4 degrees tonight, a little bit cooler as you head through Guelph, but partly cloudy to mainly clear sky, and we're looking at some showers possible to the north tomorrow, but for most of the horseshoe tomorrow, we should see a mix of sun and clouds, temperatures 8 and 9. There's that shower activity for Mississauga, Milton, and Toronto for tomorrow. But as you step out the door on this 9th of November, we do have some light drizzle, but that temperature's above seasonal, sitting at 4 degrees. And we'll look at the long-range forecast as we usually do coming up. Annette, Tim.
Okay, thank you.
And this is where we look at Emily Vukovic and say good morning to you.
Hello. Good morning.
What's happening today?
Well, surprise, surprise. Taylor Swift. There's more Taylor Swift news. That's all I can say because it's a short little story, but she has been given a title, another one, because that's what she needs.
Little dabble in the strike ending probably too, I'm assuming?
Oh, we're definitely going to be talking about the strike. We're going to be talking about who's hosting Saturday Night Live. We have so much discuss.
Oh, who's hosting SNL? Okay, good stuff.
It's a tease.
It's
a tease.
We'll see you at the couch, say 6:45.
I'll be there.
Okay. Coming up in business news after the break, AI making its way into every part of our lives, including the strike and this story in 2 minutes. Oh, good. You're still here. 6:17. Here's some numbers for you. Canadian dollar is up 3 basis points, sitting at 72.54 cents US. Gold down over $6, $19.51.50 an ounce. Crude oil up 60 cents, getting close to $76 a barrel. Off to Europe we go. Let's do Europe first. Hey, Europe. Trading markets are down a tad in London, but up in Frankfurt and Paris.
In Asia, the markets were up today in Tokyo, down in Hong Kong, up just a little bit in Shanghai. Checking North American markets, the TSX fell 45 points at close yesterday. The Dow was down 40, and the Nasdaq gained 11.
Hi. Okay, let's get into some business news. And Microsoft and Meta have released initiatives designed to help voters know when they see a political ad containing altered images, video, or audio. Meta owns Facebook and Instagram and says they will put labels on political ads created using artificial intelligence. So the policy announced Wednesday by Meta goes into effect sometime in the new year and will apply worldwide. Meanwhile, Microsoft has unveiled new tools intended to help voters and candidates know if ads have been altered. Tech companies have been criticized for not doing more to address the risks of AI-generated content that could mislead voters ahead of a major U.S. election next year. The new policies come as lawmakers held a hearing on Wednesday on deepfake images.
Well, get ready for lights, camera, action once again. A tentative deal has been reached to end the 4-month-long actors' union strike in Hollywood. SAG-AFTRA says the agreement is going to be reviewed by their union's national board. Union officials say the deal will, quote, enable SAG-AFTRA members from every category to build sustainable careers. The actors walked off the set July 14th over streaming compensation and the use of artificial intelligence by major film and TV studios.
Now, I guess this next story gives us an idea of what those actors were worried about. A popular horoscope writer, his name is Walter Mercado, is making his way back to social media 3 years after his death. Using AI, the company that holds the rights to Mercado's image will be publishing videos every Monday on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. For $99 US, you can get personalized video messages from the astrologer's avatar, delivering birthday wishes, general advice, encouragement, even feedback. Walter Mercado had 120 million viewers, mostly across the US and Latin America. He died 4 years ago at the age of 87.
Here's a more universally concerning story about artificial intelligence. GM's Cruise autonomous vehicle unit is recalling all 950 of its cars to update its software. This comes after a crash involving one of its vehicles in San Francisco last month. It's prompted Cruise to suspend driverless operations right across the U.S. after California regulators found that its cars were a safety hazard. The California Department of Motor Vehicles revoked the license for Cruise, which was taking passengers without human drivers throughout San Francisco. In this crash last month, a human-driven vehicle hit a pedestrian, pushing them in front of a Cruise autonomous vehicle.
The Walt Disney Company has reported a profit increase under the return of CEO Bob Iger. Disney says its fourth quarter net income jumped 63%. Oh boy, to $264 million US. That's up from $162 million a year ago. So Disney credits cost-cutting and restructuring along with increased subscriptions for its streaming service, Disney+. Iger says cost-cutting has enabled tremendous efficiencies. Disney's on track to reduce expenses by $7.5 billion, nearly $2 billion more than earlier targets. The results sent Disney shares up more than 3% in after-hours trading. They'll also make some money on us saying, oh boy, all the time, because I don't think we can do that. So they'll.
Well, I say it all the time.
I know. You'll get a bill in the mail.
It's trademarked. I don't know. Okay, we're going to take a break. I'll Google that. Brian's going to be back with your traffic and 7-day forecast.
Time check 6:24 on this Thursday morning, the 9th of November already. We do have a problem. It's the Red Hill Valley Parkway ramp to the QEW. As you can see, the camera's back here at Centennial Parkway. But look at the way at the top of your screen, the backlog coming down the Red Hill Valley Parkway, trying to make around this ramp here. We've got a vehicle into the ditch right there. And everybody's got to squeeze around, and of course the visual distraction. If we go back into St. Catharines, nothing at the 406. We'll advance to the top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge, getting slow. Look at the wet roads that we have this morning. Slow down and take it carefully. East of Appleby looks good. Sheraton, no problem through Mississauga. And here's the 403 going past Erin Mills Parkway, Toronto bound away from us. Still pretty light volume. Yes, we do have light drizzle this morning, and our temperatures right now milder than we were yesterday morning at this time. 4 Hamilton, Grimsby, Mississauga, 5 into Toronto. Seasonal temperatures this time of year changing a little bit. 0 for the overnight low. So that's seasonal, where we figure we should be. So we're milder than that. 8 degrees in the daytime high. We got to 1 yesterday, and that was about it. But today better. Those are our sun times and our records for today. And for school today, it should be around 7 degrees by the first bell, but clouds, chance of showers, drizzle this morning. And then we're going to see the sunshine come out. 10 degrees for later on today. So yeah, that's the high today, 10 degrees. There's that chance of showers this morning, drizzle like we're getting right now, then some sun later. 4 overnight tonight, tomorrow 9, a nice sunny day, a little bit of cloud cover. Now for Remembrance Day, it's only a 30% chance of showers. Otherwise, we'll have sunshine. Temperature 6 degrees for both Saturday and Sunday, sunny conditions. Chance of showers Monday, and then more sunshine for Tuesday and Wednesday. That's your forecast. Annette, Tim.
Yeah, keeping an eye on that Saturday morning.
Yes.
Because the flyover with Lancaster. And reminder, we're at the Warplane Museum tomorrow in lead up to that on Saturday, which you could also watch here on CHCH.
Live coverage both days.
Okay. To Buffalo.
Yes.
To Buffalo. I've never been to the Buffalo Zoo.
I haven't either.
Yeah, okay.
And this is a good reason to go. 4 good reasons to go, because the 4 lion cubs are now 5 months old. They weigh about 60 to 70 pounds. Their names are Solly, Briggs, Denny, and Saul. And they spend their days cuddling with mom and roughhousing. They're the result of the zoo's breeding program, and it offers hope for the survival of the African lion population in the wild. Zookeepers say the group's always ready to play, and so far they're holding the cold Buffalo air just fine.
Oh, there's Mom there. Okay.
Oh, man, they are adorable.
Aren't they great?
Okay.
How old are they? They're
4 months old.
4 months old, okay.
5 months old. Oh!
Growing quickly.
Okay. I gotta go to Buffalo.
Yeah. I wonder if Mom says, or Dad says, just take it downstairs and they start roughhousing like I do in my house.
That's right.
Or take it outside,
or like
kids.
your mom.
Yeah, I don't care what you do.
Go outside.
Just take it outside. All right. We'll get you ready for the outside on this Thursday morning, or Brian will, when we come back in a couple minutes. Ooh.